Yours.
Thank you. Sorry,
Yep.
it's just loading up on my screen.
Okay.
Okay. So hi everyone. Thank you all for coming to tonight's presentation. So for our time slot, we are going to be focusing on career and programmatic student success advisors. That is a very long title, so I apologize about that. But we are going to be helping you all about finding out who we are, what we can do for you. So before we get into the works of it, I just want to introduce myself. So, hi everyone. My name is Carly. I am one of the team leads here at Post University. So, I am a programmatic student success advisor for the Burke School of Public Service and Education. So, I mainly work with students from 18 credits all the way to around graduation time. So, that's enough about me. I know we have some other lovely advisors, so I'm going to get it over to Craig.
Let me see if I can get Craig here. Craig, can you come off mute or are you here? Let's see. Hold on one second. Oh, there he is. Craig, you're on. We're not hearing you. I see you're off mute, but we don't hear you at the time. Craig, you might have a technical issue on your end. So I'll tell you what, let's come back to your slide and let's go ahead and introduce Marissa, and we'll come back to Craig after we do Marissa.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marissa. I am an academic advisor here at Post, Career and Programmatic Student Success Advisor, more specifically. We'll go into what that looks like and what we can do for you tonight. But I work on the Burke School of Public Service and Education with Carly, so I work more with human services and psychology majors, just to name a few. And I've been with Post University for 3 years, actually, on Friday.
That's awesome. Dina, you're up.
All right, thank you so much. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's workshop on career and programmatic advising. My name is Dina Sharn. I am also a career and programmatic advisor for the Burke School of Public Service and Education. I mainly focus with students going towards their associates in early childhood education and their bachelor's in child studies. I have also been with Post for 3 years and had our anniversary on Friday as well with Marissa. So we are excited to be here, and I have my degree in psychology as well. So thanks for joining, and we'd be happy to go over some of our advising info with you. I look forward to getting into it. I see, Craig, you were able to come off mute, so I don't know if we want to introduce yourself quickly before we get in.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Wonderful.
Awesome. So if you weren't here earlier when I introduced myself, my name is Craig. I am a career and programmatic student success advisor. So students generally at least 18 credits till the end of their degree. I work in the arts and sciences school mainly, so equine studies, computer information systems, data systems, and communications and media studies. But I also dabble a little bit in some of the business schools as well. So I do kind of work with a myriad of different programs. I've been at Post almost 3 years myself. I got my undergrad here and I am pursuing my MBA here currently.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, that
Okay, there
was
you go, guys.
thanks, David. All right, let's get into it. That was our advising introductions, and we're just going to kind of go over a little bit about our advising team, how advisors can support you throughout your journey here at Post, as well as touching on our career advising department, how we can offer our resources through our career information. So, just getting us started, who are we? So, we are your career and programmatic advising team. No, it's not just three of us, it's not four of us, it's not Craig and Carly. There are many, many advisors here at Post University on the programmatic team that you will be working with or you may come across on the phone when you are calling in. So, essentially, your career and programmatic advisor will be your support system for the remainder of your program all the way until graduation. Now, students will join the programmatic advising team after completing 18 to 21 credits. So keep in mind when you start with Post, you're going to join the first term advising team, then you're going to go to the first year advising team, And then once you complete those 18 to 21 credits, you will then join the programmatic and career advising team. That's when you will stay with your career and programmatic advisor all the way until graduation. So if you're in your associate's program, you're going to complete 60 credits. And if you're in your bachelor's program, you're going to complete 120 credits. So some of our students we are with for quite some time, and that's where we really like to start working on those career questions and career goals. Also, your career and programmatic advisor is your main point of contact when you have program questions, concerns, or when you may need some support throughout each term. Advisors are here to help and guide you with the additional information that we can offer and any resources that you might need. And then also, just really important, we really enjoy building those relationships with our students because we're with you guys for so long. We want to make sure that rapport is there and we're developing those holistic conversations and we're really understanding your why and your purpose on why you're a student, why you're in your program, and where you're going within your program and even after. So that is just a little bit about our team and who we are as your advisor. You can go to the next page, David. Okay, so as your advisor, just some things that we will touch on and how we can support you. Now, keep in mind, all advisors, even your first term and your first year, we're going to all offer the support that you need. But here are some additional things that we will offer. Um, when it comes to your courses, we will be the person that registers you for any of your future courses. So making sure that you connect with your advisor term after term, discussing your program and what courses will line up and when you need to take specific courses. And we'll be updating your degree plan as well. So that is a great overview of your program. It's typically a Word document or an Excel sheet. And on that plan is, again, an overview of your program, the courses that you have completed, that you're registered for, and all of the courses that you'll need to complete to the end of your degree. So if you have not seen a updated degree plan, make sure that you ask your advisor for that. I really love to share the degree plans with my students because it's a nice visual for you guys to be able to see exactly where you are in your program and what you have left. And it's a great conversation to have with your advisor to say, all right, next term, I'm interested in such and such class, or math might be coming up and you're not quite prepared for that course. So maybe we'll skip it until the end. So registrations and updated degree plans are my favorite part of being an advisor with my students because I enjoy being a part of that journey with you, as well as making sure that we're all on the same page, you understand your courses and registering you for what you want to be registered in for that moment. So we also offer academic and personal support. So we have a SOAR program, which is our student online assistance resource. Okay, that has several services, including counseling, financial resources, legal support. Um, that is going to be more of a confidential conversation with your advisor. So if you do need some maybe additional counseling support, be sure to let your advisor know to send over the SOAR information. We have our Center of Academic Success, which was our CAS center, which Gregory just did a wonderful job going over some of those resources that we offer at CAS. Essentially, that is our tutoring center where you can schedule an appointment with a tutor, or even our writing center for some feedback on your papers if you need a second eye. I don't mean to go too fast with all of this, guys, but we only have about 17 minutes left. So I want to make sure we get to all of the slides. So keep in mind, if you have additional questions regarding these specific resources, connect with your advisor. All right. So for the Center for Academic Success, again, it's your tutoring center and your writing center. We also have the Pear Deck tutoring, which is on Blackboard. It's a 24/7 tutoring platform. We like to guide students to go there for 24/7 hour tutoring services. Okay, great service, and you can upload your papers there for feedback. Again, we have our counseling support through SOAR and U at post.edu. And then we have our Grammarly assistance. So those resources a lot of times are conversations that we'll have with students, and then we'll make sure that we send them over for you guys to utilize. A bit more on our responsibilities. We want to make sure that you understand your student portal. So we'll help navigate through your student portal, where to find your courses, your finance center, your document center, making sure that you have an active computer or laptop. And if you do not, we would discuss the laptop program with you and see if you're eligible for a laptop through our financial aid. We will also discuss any academic forms. So we have our petition, which is if you have some mitigating circumstances throughout the term, that would be a conversation you would want to have with your advisor to potentially petition the term. We have our SAP appeal. So if you did not meet your satisfactory academic progress, you would go over an appeal with your advisor. An appeal is if a student is academically dismissed. An incomplete, whereas if you are looking for an additional time or an extension for your term, perhaps something came up throughout the term, you may want to connect with your advisor. Program of study, discussing a potential change of major or any programs that we also offer, and a grade appeal, which again, just as it sounds, if you're looking to an appeal and a grade that you received, connecting with your advisor. And then also continuing your education, we would love to discuss going over continuing into a bachelor's program if that's something you're interested in. Or perhaps you're completing your bachelor's program and sending you over to our graduate department. And then last but not least, our workshops, which are really near and dear to our hearts. We want to make sure that you guys are always attending those workshops. If you do not have that schedule, call the advising line, reach out to your advisor, and we'd be happy to send over that workshop schedule. It's really, really beneficial. It's so helpful. It builds a sense of community for all of our students. So just make sure if you're not aware of our workshops, you are joining them, you're taking a look at them and seeing what we have to offer. But that's about it for me there, guys. I'm going to pass it over to Carly. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dina. So another large part, as you guys know, with our title is career. So we do want to make sure we have those career conversations with you that are outside when you are working with our career center. So part of it is having concentration conversations. So a lot of the programs that we do offer for programmatic does have, depending on the school, you will have a concentration. So we just decided to divide it up by school. So if you do see your major here, if you have a concentration and you haven't chosen or declared it yet, please give the advising line a call. That's one of our favorite conversations that we love having. We want to know why you are in this degree, what you want to do with it. So pretty much a concentration is a predetermined block of classes that further specialize your area of study. That's why we like having these conversations, because we do want to help you graduate and we want to see you succeed in whatever future endeavors that you want to pursue. So we just want to make sure you guys have this conversations early on, so that way you can explore more areas and potentially add a minor if you like with your concentration. But definitely give your advisor a call if you do see your major up here. So for Burke majors, it's going to be a lot of it. So if you're psychology, human services, criminal justice, or emergency homeland security, we have that. Baldrige majors, accounting, management, marketing, business admin, finance, human resource management, sports management, e-gaming, and e-sports management. Then finally, we have our arts and sciences, which is our other school. So equine studies, computer information systems, data systems, communication and media studies, and finally, biology. So if you have any questions about what concentration and what it is, just give the advising line a call. Then one of the other most important ones that we do like to tell students to start early is having those internship or practicum conversations. So our internships are ideally going to be in person in your own local area. So it is a good time to discuss with your academic advisor when you can take those internships and where you can. We do have the Career Center, and we also have a practicum coordinator for those that are in Burke, if they do want to get assistance helping with some of the practicums and finalizing that. So there are different hour requirements per major, so please make sure you give the academic advising line a call. But pretty much an internship or a practicum provides field experience within your area of studies. So they are led by your end of degree program, but we do want to make sure you guys are aware early on so you can have enough time finding your placement. That is one thing a lot of our students struggle with, is finding placements because they did not know we had an internship. So if you guys are on a call right now, guess what? If your major is on this list, more than likely you are going to have to find a internship. So we want to make sure we start early. So like I said, the hours may vary. So if you are a early childhood studies and human services major from the Burke School, you will have an internship. Baldridge, sports management, arts and science, voluntary internships. And then finally, graduation and completing your degree or certificate and next steps are one of the things we do want to pursue, because a lot of careers do like seeing internships and having that on your resume to get an outside of experience past your degree. So please just make sure you give us a call, and we love to have that conversation with you to start get it going and early on. But that's it for me. So I know we're going over the next slide. So thank you all so much.
And this is my turn. So now I'll talk briefly about when to contact your advisor. So these are kind of some specific scenarios that we would go over with you, or if you're not sure who to outreach, this is when you'd want to talk to us. So we can discuss your upcoming classes and your choices for your courses upcoming. Oh my goodness. So if you have, some preferences on, like Dina was mentioning, if you're thinking about maybe moving math down the line as opposed to taking it next term, or if you're looking to, pick up a minor or select your concentration, these are different times that you'd want to speak to your advisor. We can also go over your degree plan and progress made with you. So again, Dina had mentioned a little earlier, we have your updated degree plan on file in the advising department. So we would be able to give you an idea of where it looks like you're at in terms of progress with your degree. You would also want to contact your advisor with any concerns or issues with performance in class. So let's say you might have missed maybe this week's work due to a personal issue. Very common. Everyone here, of course, has a ton of things going on outside of school, and we understand that. So getting in touch with your advisor as soon as possible if you do have any concerns with your performance is very important. And we can guide you to whether you would want to speak with your professor at that moment, or if there's kind of some leeway with where you're at in the week, what kind of the best plan would be moving forward. If you're unable to connect with your professor in 48 hours, I want to highlight here that professors and advisors do have a 48-hour window to reply back to you in your email communication. So if you're unable to connect with your professor in that 48-hour period, please give us a call and we will follow up on that so that we get that communication. Taking time off from school. So, thank you. If you are looking to potentially take a term off or to withdraw for a certain period of time, we can go over those different options with you. It would look different depending on how long you were looking to take off and what that financial situation would look like. We'd like to get you connected with financial aid. So getting in touch with your advisor is going to be very important there. We can also give you your student ID number if you don't see it in the portal. And then we can also assist you with the student portal. Again, like Dina was mentioning, the document center, financial aid center, everything like that, kind of walking through where to find your classes, Blackboard, everything of the sort. So those are kind of when you would want to talk to us. Also with this one, David. Thank you. And then on this slide, I'm going to chat briefly about your responsibilities as a student. So of course, we expect that you would meet your degree requirements and be active in your courses. This is very important, and when you would want to take a look at your syllabus and connect with, or I should say, make connections in your head or writing this down, when you would have different classes where professors would be asking you to post on certain days, for example, or to post, multiple times per week, making sure that you're meeting those requirements. If you're not, you want to get in touch with your advisor about any difficulties you're having. Maintain satisfactory academic progress standards. So like Dina was mentioning with the academic appeal, if you were to be dismissed, so making sure you're keeping up with the post-university standards. And we do have a university policies workshop if you're ever concerned that you're not maybe meeting those standards, but you can also have that conversation with your advisor. Open communication, so email, text, call with advisors and professors. A lot of times advisors will reach out to you on a regular cadence a few times a month, if not more than that. So making sure you're answering our calls or responding back to our emails is very important so we can maintain that relationship with you. And same goes for professors. A lot of times if you're missing assignments, maybe more than one assignment, professors will reach out to you via email. So it's good to make sure that you're responding to those. If you're having any technical issues, we ask that you go to the IT department, and of course we can guide you there if you don't have their information, but that is something to note, to kind of take that personal responsibility to say, oh, I'm not able to log into Blackboard, this is what I have to do. I have to get in touch with my advisor so that they can connect me with IT. Connecting with student accounts, financial aid, for any financial aid questions or financial questions, I should say. We can always connect you with those departments and of course make any academic recommendations based on any financial situations. Understand and use APA formatting. So that is something, of course, we can touch on with helping you in your courses if you need that from us, but that is something that is kind of standard across the board, and we can always assist with that, with recommending workshops and the Center for Academic Success. Developing autonomy, so that student empowerment workshop, if anyone's ever been to that, really focusing on how we can empower our students to advocate for themselves. Seek tutoring as needed. So again, if you're kind of falling behind, or if let's say math isn't your subject, just for a common example, we can always connect you with tutoring, but making sure to advocate for yourself and take advantage of that tutoring. And then lastly, updating contact information. So let's say you move or you have a change of phone number, you would want to get in touch with your advisor, and we can guide you to how to update this in the student portal. And that is all from me. I'll pass it over to Craig.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to wrap all this up into how we get from coming to us at 18 credits to getting you on the path towards your future career. The biggest thing we do is we make sure you're on the right track within the program and moving towards your career goals based on the conversations that we're having. So if you're looking to be, a small business owner and you're in the business program, maybe taking a bunch of classes that don't relate to that to fill your electives may not be as helpful as us steering you towards a few different classes that many students have taken that are pursuing the same career. We start to have those career conversations after we pick the concentrations, once we figure out where you're looking to go. What's your ideal career after you graduate? Do those goals align up with your program? Understanding your major and how that fits into the program, especially with the business major, there's 5 different majors that all could lead to a similar job. So it's making sure you're in the right program to make yourself as well-rounded as possible to go into the career world. Do you have an internship or a practicum in your degree? Have you started researching potential job opportunities? And if so, where have you looked, and where can I help you to point you in the right direction to look in other places for jobs? And then providing those resources necessary to that job search. Career links, career center for the career center, sorry. Talking points when you're talking to an employer. All of those things are things that we're trained to do that we help you with doing, whether it's going over your resume with you or helping you zero in jobs in your area specific to your keyword. That is what we are here for.
Awesome. Hey, Craig, I'll jump in here just to mention, help you out with the acronym. It's a Center for Career Professional Development. There you go.
My tongue didn't work.
I know, right? So speaking of military and acronyms and stuff like that, I thought I'd mention that just a little message here about some of our veteran students and some of those transitioning from the military. William was on before, so thought I'd touch base with you, especially with this. I think we had Marie, who was here early, who also asked this question. So for our folks that are veterans or transitioning from the military, looking to move up in the military from where they are based on their education, this provides you a perfect opportunity to do that. And part of that is going to be not only completing your degree with working with your military advisor, but also along the way, they can help you. And also more, certainly even more, our Career Center can help you with how to kind of transfer the messaging from your military resume to your civilian resume and what that looks like. So, all the information on your NCOERs, information, all those military specific, MOS specific tasks that you've done and training you've done, how that transfers over to what that looks like in civilian world and how that can transfer there. So we'll certainly have some support for you with that, William, just so you know, and anyone else here who's a veteran too, just rest assured, we will work with you with that to help you along in that endeavor. So just wanted to say that real quick on behalf of my fellow veteran and military students.
All right, so I'm going to get it right this time. The Center for Career and Professional Development. We heard that you heard a little presentation from them earlier, but they basically are going to bridge the gap from us as advisors to you physically getting into that job search. You can do mock interviews. There's the clothing closet for different business interview appropriate attires, cover letter review, helping set up your handshake and the big interview profile. All those things that the Center for Career and Professional Development is going to help you with. And once you are ready to take that step, you will reach out to us as advisors. We will go over the initial steps with you and get you connected and on your way.